The HAVENBELL Trilogy, Book 3, Ezra, written by Allison Hunt, copyright 2011. Chapter 7, Ghosties. Zephyr and Lox went to the temple. Zephyr threw air fans and the lasers activated. I'm horrible with these things. Can you throw? Nay, I can do something else. Caleb focused on the metal boxes. He had excessive force. He crushed the boxes into pieces, and they entered the temple. Caleb crushed the boxes in here as well and pulled the eye from its place. Right as Lox and Alasius came out of the temple with the eye, Trillium, Jake, Isabel, Jack, and Nemi all waited with their bows drawn. Evan waited invisible, along with Sasha. The boys were dead meat. As they came out, they froze with surprise. Drop it, Zephyr, Trillium warned. I want Jocelyn's cure and I can't get it, Mother. We'll get it somehow. In one instant, a ship appeared, and then the next instant, it was gone. So was Zephyr, Caleb, Lox, and the eye. Everyone froze and looked at each other. Grounded, Dinser shouted as he stunned them both and took the eye. He took them down the hall. Nete solito sium que fatate, Zephyr shouted. Wayne and Dinser laughed. He's bitching me out in the ancient tongue. I love it, Dinser shouted. They took the boys underground and had them placed in the same glass cell. Many Aztracs gathered around the glass and watched. Ortsons were rare, very rare. It's your fault I'm in this mess, Zephyr. I hate your ass. Caleb zapped him. Zephyr zapped him back. Hinwa tise epadaron, Zephyr hissed. Dinser laughed hysterically. Stop talking that mumbo-jumbo jerk-off. I should have stayed with my father. He's gonna whoop me good. Quit looking at me, ghosties, Caleb shouted and pounded on the glass. The inquiring Aztracs backed up. Zephyr zapped him again. Lox rolled around. Dinser cracked up and held onto Wayne's shoulder. He had tears in his eyes. Wayne had never seen him like this before. I love this ogre. Go at it, boys. Fry yourselves all day long, Dinser cheered. Zephyr came up to the glass and pointed at Dinser. Let me out of this cage, Zephyr pushed at them. No, Dinser smiled. Two stupid ogres sitting in a cage. One gets erased and the other must stay, Dinser sang. Damn it, all I want is an elf. Not the scepter, the crown, just a damn elf, that's all, Caleb complained. Can you break this glass, Zephyr asked. Caleb tried. Nay. Then sleep. Lox went to sleep instantly. Finally, now he could hear himself think. He sat down and didn't move for a long time. Dinser grew bored of the inaction and left with his son. That was exactly what Zephyr wanted. He waited until there were only a couple ghosties around, and then he reached into his pocket and pulled out Ezra's blood. He drank it. Wake up, Duran, we're busting out of here. He woke. Let me out of this cage, he pressed in the ancient language, and the ghosties let him out. Take me to the horses. They began to take them down an elevator. When the door opened, Caleb took his chance, disappeared, and split. He was tired of Zephyr. Eepaw! Zephyr shouted at him. Oh well, screw him anyway. Alasius and Lox escaping. Alasius and Lox escaping, the intercom spoke. Wayne jumped up. What's wrong? I must help my father get these guys. Here, take this. What is it? A weapon. If you see either of those Ortsons, you kill them. Gabriel and Wayne met in the hallway and went to look at surveillance. Quickly, he's getting the horses. Then he'll come for the eye. They charged down the hall. When the elevator opened, Zephyr was there upon a winged horse. Give me those weapons and take me to the eye, he commanded. The ghosties were powerless. He gave him their weapons and Zephyr followed Wayne and Gabriel. They took him to Dinser. This should have been a cinch. Give me the eye, he pressed into Dinser. He recoiled when Sage appeared behind him. He dropped the small weapons. What's the matter, ogre? Dinser asked. That woman! The child in her makes my head scream. All he could hear was painful screeching. Zephyr closed his eyes in agony. Make her leave now, he motioned. She left. We're gonna make a deal, Dinser ordered. I don't make deals. I'll find your fairy and destroy her mind. Dinser held strong. Stubborn little ghosty. I'll give you your wish if you give me mine, Dinser hustled. What are you talking about, the scepter? Nay, you screwed up, ogre. You erased young sire's drake and feather. Aye, Zephyr smirked. It was classic. He made sure she drank the entire potion, so there was none left for you. Patate! Zephyr screamed. I can cure Jocelyn. We must bring her here. What do you want from me, Ghosty? I'm Dinser, you little prick. And I like you. You're a little shit. We bring her here and you stay. Stay and do what? Run Aztrack. You'll like it. First, you get to fly faster than a feather. 2, if a bunch of wizard bombs and fireworks shit goes off, you get to kill 'em all. Am I speaking your style? Indeed. Where are you going? I'm going on vacation. I want Jocelyn now. You must fly us there first. Ready for lesson 1? Absolutely. What about Epaw? Zephyr asked. Dinser laughed. We have body heat sensors. He's crawling around like a rat somewhere around here. Power shuttle on my command, said Zephyr Elacius. They found Caleb by infrared and dropped him off. At the same time, they beamed up Jocelyn, who fought with them until she was stunned. They took her to Zephyr and into a lab where they both faced each other through a 2-sided mirror. There were computers all around them. They closed their eyes, and through a rapid flash of lights and sound, Jocelyn opened her eyes. Zephyr? Yes, Zephyr smiled. He was gorgeous. She kissed him. His heart was full again. What are we doing here? I run Aztrack now. I get to be in charge. I get to fly a ship, and I get to kick everyone's ass if I have to. I want to go to Elkstaff, Zephyr. You can't. Why not? You'll die. Brother, Zin addressed Ezra. We must find the cloak. It's somewhere out there, and Elacius must never find it. Do you remember where you found Zara? Yes. You must take me to that spot. We must find it. They flew to the temple first. Zin was not happy. Shitheads broke my toys. Shitheads got the eye, too. I need my cloak. You're going to get Zephyr, aren't you? Ezra asked his brother. Zin said nothing. What if they zap you again and kill you this time? They can't kill me if I'm invisible. Elacius doesn't know something about me. What? I can erase minds too, Zin said in the ancient language. He found the cloak and put it on. Ezra flew to the palace. They let him in. Where are the boys? Where's the eye? Ezra asked them. Strangest thing happened. When they came out of the temple with the eye, Aztrack's ship took them both. Jack smiled. Zin laughed, and Jack and Nemi looked around but saw no one. They grew suspicious of Ezra. Why do you wear drake and battle clothes, Ezra? I married a drake and feather. A truce has been made of our houses. What does your father think about this? He's angry, but he can't chase the throne. Garrett and my mother took him back to Fairy Island. Are Evan and the woman here? Yes, he's waiting for the little bomb to come back. I must find Jin and Kai. Ezra flew off. Jin and Kai came back with him riding on horses. Why do you bring us here? What happened to your powers? You are blank, Kai inquired. I was erased by the scepter. I may not have much time. I'm going to stay here and wait a little bit, just in case they come back. I have a request of you. I want you both to teach me the way of the spear. Jin lit up instantly. That was a very rare request. What do you wish to do with this knowledge? Kai asked. I want to kick ass with a stick. I want to be the best. As long as you stop calling it a stick and make it a piece of you, Kai scolded. Agreed. Don't worry. I stand with your king, not against him. We made a blood tie. I have no powers, and he would waste me. Since absolutely no one knew about the blood tie, except for the Drakens, they accepted Ezra and trained him. They coached him to use his wings as much as he could, and it made him all that much better. Jin and Kai consistently sparred with him. After a while, you couldn't slap his spear away anymore. He was attached to it, even if he was still poor at his form. They told him that being able to focus with multiple distractions was key, so they always fought him 2-on-1. Though Ezra was not a swift learner at the spear, He was determined to beat them both someday. One day he did, using 4 spears and his wings. Caleb was dropped off in the middle of the square in Elkstaff. "Ha!" Ezra said, and threw a spear at him from above. It pinned him to the earth by his shirt. "Somebody's been waiting for you." Ezra yanked him up and led him to Evan. Caleb did not resist. At least he was free of Zephyr now. Or at least, he thought he was. "There's my little bomb," Evan greeted him. Sasha was holding Evan's hand. Caleb scanned them. "You love each other again?" he inquired. "Yes," Sasha said. "Where's Zephyr in the eye?" "The ghosties got him. He almost got out with a winged horse, but I ditched him." "He's better off with the ghosties, trust me," Ezra warned. Jake entered. "That's 'cause Zen's gonna kill him." "Where's Jocelyn?" "I don't know. She vanished when you showed up. Zephyr must have taken her." Unknown to them, there were ships coming ever so closer to Elkstaff. Ezra saw a Josepharian fleet headed for land and went to greet them. "Ezra, there are many centaur headed here. Phariseph just called all of the feathers. They will be here shortly." All of the wizards came forth. Ezra was not one of them. Not anymore. But he was a warrior, and he stayed to fight. He went into the sea and made the Adrella attack the incoming ships. He now had a suit that Zen had made and given him that made him swim faster. The suit could also be worn through transformations, and Zen and him both had wings. He summoned the Adrella to attack the incoming ships, and then he came back to land to fight. The first ship beached, and heavily armed centaurs stampeded out of it. The arrows bounced off of their armor. They charged through the mixed armies of creatures. Feathers shot heavily at them, but all of the arrows were deflected. They covered their whole body in steel armor. The centaurs started attacking. They had swords and arrows. They were strong, and they began to slay many. "Give us Evan, the human," the leader demanded. Ezra threw air blades, and he was an excellent shot. He hurt them, even with their armor. They began to fall. "Try not to kill them," Evan said, invisible. He and Caleb used their force to slow them down. Ezra put his fans away and pulled his spears, and Jin and Kai smiled and pulled theirs. They rushed in to help Ezra. They were a wicked triad. In a few minutes, every centaur had their weapons slapped away, and Evan and Caleb pulled them away from them. Then Evan and Caleb appeared. The centaur charged him with fury, without any weapons, but Evan held out his hand. "Take off your armor. Sit for a while." They all stopped and did as asked. Caleb caught notice of one of them. The warrior took off his helmet, but it was a she. Her long brown hair fell around her, and she sat there helpless like the rest. She was wonderful. Caleb came right to her, weaving in and out through the rest, and sat down by her. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" "I'm Jody. I'm here to kill the human for wiping out my race. I can't move." "You're a human. I'll kill you too." "I am an Ortson, and there are only 3 of us left in existence, so save me or sob story." "3? "Yes, the Drakens killed us all. You're a woman. You shouldn't be fighting. There are not many of you, and you should be protected in Claire Ann. Don't you have a father or husband to protect you?" "Nay, I only have myself." "You must stop fighting my father." "Your father is Evan the human?" "Yes." "I'll kill you both." But she couldn't move at all. "Nay, I like you. You're big, like I am. You will stay with me. We will make a truce of Ortsons and Centaur and forever be allies. Only if we kill him first." "Nay, you all cannot. None of you have magic. Do you know how many wizards hang around here? You're all hopeless in your try at revenge." "Caleb, leave that woman alone," Evan warned. Phariseph came in with his troops, but Evan had control of the situation, so he left. Ezra was sad that the fighting had stopped. Jake Falconberry came before them. "What are we going to do with all of them?" "Send them back to Claire Ann." "You do that and they'll just turn back around when the spell is gone." "They could stay here a while, I guess." "That'll keep them from attacking you. Send them to Ortso." "Why Ortso?" "Just an idea. No one is there anymore. It would keep them interested for a while. They have horse bodies. They can't get through all those cliffs." You will stay until I tell you that you may leave. No one will hurt you. You will not attack. Thank you, Father. Thank you so much. Behave, Caleb. So Evan, remember how Zach was like, it's easier to make him do nothing than it is to make him do something. And you don't have to kill everybody. You just stop them and tell them not to move. Father, how are you feeling lately? Very happy. I like Fairy Island, don't you? As long as she is with me, Wayne smiled. Yes, the rapture of the human heart. It amazes me. You're much nicer lately, too. I must bring something up. I don't think it was a very good idea to let the ogre run Aztrack, and you taught him how to fly and use the weapons. He'll behave. He thinks this girl will die if she leaves. Is that true? No. Ogres are stupid, and I have fairy magic. So you don't think he's not going to do as he pleases? He may. What about the eye? What about the eye? We have it. We're in a force field. No, what about Sire? He's going to come looking for that, and when he does, he'll find Alacius. Aw, shit! He didn't think about that Winter is going to come and find that he let the ogre run Aztrack. Zach woke up and looked at the ceiling. He didn't quite remember coming home. He sat up and stretched his wings. Garrett looked up at him from the chair. Hey, Zach groaned and stretched. You got a little out of hand. What were you trying to do? I don't know. I just wanted her. Your heart was broken. We fixed that. Then your head was broken. So we fixed that too. Then you were under a spell at the same time. Very difficult, I may remind you. If Sierra didn't love you so much, you'd be a goner. You're going to stay here, King Winsfeld. Oh, we have company. 2 Aztraks and a Drake and Feather are here with us. Why? For how long? They may stay forever. What? The Drake and Feather is going to have a quad breed. So, I don't understand. We must protect it. Draken, Feather, Human, and Aztrak. Zephyr had his own special room in Aztrak. Dinzer really did like him. It was very fancy. Zephyr loved Jocelyn many times. She loved him without any use of his powers. So good to have your love again, precious one, he whispered. I'll always love you, Zephyr. Your mind is strong, having drawn for your father. Why don't you just give up your quest for the scepter? Maybe the Aztrak will let us leave eventually, after his vacation. Be good for Phariseph and Trillium. Help them rule their kingdoms. There has to be a way we can live in Elkstaff again. If you leave, you die. That's what he told me. Something about how he cured you, and now you need another cure. I'd much rather you remember who I am. Now that you bring it up, I wonder if the craft can go underwater, and if I can use the weapons to get the scepter. You just never stop. Don't you understand if you seek it, you die? You have many foes. If you would just give it up and marry me, we shall have a great life in Elkstaff, Zephyr. I'm tired of loving you. Don't ever say that again, Jocelyn. Zephyr, if you let it go, we can go home. We're going to go home, but only I will be getting off for a moment. Don't be so sad, love. I want to show you something wonderful. Get dressed. She dressed in Aztrak clothes. He led her to the bottom floor, and this floor was the largest open space in Aztrak. There was artificial sunlight and grass upon the indoor plains and meadows. In this field were Ivory, Eli, and many clones of them. Young adults and ponies were all over this field. Jocelyn smiled. There were even unicorns, male and female. There was even a baby pegahorn. They came up to Jocelyn and Zephyr, for both were silent as elves, and the horses loved that vibration. Neither one dared to touch them without asking the Aztraks for permission. They were unaware of whatever magic they held. See, this isn't so bad. The horses like you. You can come here any time. Why are they keeping them all here? They cause too many problems. If Havenbell is ever safe again from the power of wizards, they may be set free again. You mean safe from the powers of you? What's that supposed to mean? I want you to give up on the scepter. I liked our old life better, before you knew who you were, and before you started chasing that wand. I want you to stop, and I want to go back to Elkstaff with you. How long do you have to stay here? I don't know. I made a deal with Denzer. He cured your memory for me, and this was the trade. I'm not the only one who seeks it. Both Winsfeld seek it also, and even Duran may. But you're different from them. You're an Ortson, and you have mind powers. You can be vicious. You never walked through the grove, have you? Nay, I promised my mother I would never do that. I can't do what my father did. You are doing the same things he did. You're bad enough without walking through. I'm a damn Ortson, Jocelyn. You said you love me besides that, don't you? Yes, but I love Zephyr Joseph Farah, not Zephyr Alasius. Did something happen to Farasef? No, why? I had a dream about him last night. He was fighting and using his powers, and someone was after him. Please don't say things like that. But it's true. You should go see him to make sure he's all right. Zephyr put his head in his hands and stayed there. Jocelyn bumped him. Are you okay? No, Jocelyn. If he starts using his powers too much, I have to kill him myself. Why? That's my job now. If the wizards start throwing powers around, I must wipe them out. I took the deal to have your love back. I just never realized I might have to kill him and my mother, maybe even your parents too. No, you don't. Not if you can use your powers to stop them first. If you stay here, you're not a part of that threat. No, I'm death itself. Alasius is requested. Alasius is requested. I have to go, Jocelyn. Zephyr went back to the bridge. What's going on? Zephyr asked Gabriel. We're getting a transmission from Oxlar. I'm not sure you should handle it. They're going to be furious you are here. Let me handle it. Nay, as long as I can see them and hear them, I can use magic on them to make them leave us alone. Oxlar take differently to magic than we do. Aztracs are half-human, therefore easy to spell. I must try to cover for Denzer. Send the transmission. Gabriel punched a couple buttons, and upon the screen was an Oxlar. They were fair-haired and blue-eyed. They looked almost just like the Aztracs. They spoke in the ancient language only. Who are you? Are you an Ortson? Where is Denzer, and what are you doing here? Denzer is busy right now. I'm here because he found the cure for my elven girlfriend. I had to come here and get it. There is nothing Denzer could be doing that is more important than talk to us. When you get that cure, you leave there, Ortson. Send Denzer to talk. No, he is unable to come at this moment. Then Zephyr pressed hard. He will contact you when he is finished. The Oxlar leader looked at him quietly for a moment. Then all Zephyr could hear was painful screeching. Ah! You handled them! Told you. Zephyr got out of the room as soon as possible. Gabriel took over. Where is Denzer? He's not here. He left Aztrac. He left Aztrac? Where is he? Where's the quad breed? What quad breed? Wayne's quad breed. We must bring that child here. They are all on Fairy Island. None of them want to go there with you. None of them wish to stay in Aztrac either, I see. Did he leave an Ortson in charge? Yes. He left an Ortson with magic in charge? Yes. Don't kill Denzer. I like him better now. What is he doing out of Aztrac? He's in love with a fairy. He's happy. Let him be. Do you know what an Aztrac fairy would make? Nay, I do not. That's why you get to live. He does not. Zephyr landed in Elkstaff. Half of the creatures ran, and the other half stayed. There were many with a bow waiting for him. Jake elevated himself, along with Jack and Isabel, towards the ship and fired arrows at the strong machine to no avail. Zephyr came out with his bow. He made all three of them miss, but he wouldn't be able to hold them off for long. Stop! Jocelyn is safe. Bring her to us, Jake demanded. I can't. She's cured, but she can't leave or she'll die. More arrows were shot, and he barely warped their minds to escape. Stop shooting at me! Stop chasing the scepter. Trillian began to shoot him up, but he shielded the blows. All of them still held their bows. Jocelyn is fine. Once the Aztec comes back, we can live here. Jack shot his bow, but he couldn't beat Zephyr's mind. I don't want to kill anyone. Why don't you listen to me? I don't trust you, Jake said. I don't think she was cured at all, Isabel said. I think you're evil, just like your father, Jack said. I just think you're an Orson, said Trillium. But before he could react, the ship left without him, taking Jocelyn and leaving him with everyone who didn't believe in his heart. Zin stole his ship. Zin laughed as he flew away with Zephyr's ship. Where's the eye? He asked Gabriel. It's in Fairy Island with Dinser and Wayne. Wayne? Is that the idiot that made the shitty technology? Yes. Do you know who else is there with them? No, sire. Winsfeld, and I bet he grabs the eye from them. Then he's going to Drake to kill my people. No, sire, you have Ezra. Yes, Ezra will fight his own father. I order all of you not to kill anyone. The Oxlar tried to reach us. They know Dinser is gone. I hope they don't come down. You have magic and you're a spirit. Can you keep them at bay? Not unless I'm in spirit form can I talk to them proper. Well, do it then. Aztecs won't do anything drastic, especially on your request. But them, they will show no mercy. Have you ever traveled at light speed? Zin asked Gabriel. Yes. You ever switched dimensions? No. Then don't tell me how easy it is. I need my whole family and it takes a long time to do. I won't leave my wife alone for that long. She can't swim and stay safe. You feel you must stay and protect her. Yes, no one else can. No one but me. I can't leave her too long. The Oxlar may kill everyone and set all of the horses free. I know. Your love clouds your duty, young sire. I don't know how to make them come back. I've lost her again. Don't worry. There's not much left of me now, and I don't even want the scepter. I want her. Good, Zephyr, Trillium comforted. Where's my father? Zephyr asked. He's dead, Jack smiled. No, where's Farisef? He's up above. Why? Trillium responded. Jocelyn had a dream he was being chased. She had a dream? Isabel asked. Yeah, but it's just a dream, Zephyr shrugged. Everything she dreams about comes true, Jake said. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. You just don't pay any attention, selfish Orson, Isabel tagged on him. One time she had a dream I found out a secret, and it changed everything. That came true. Then she said she had a dream I hurt her, but I would never do that. Yes, you did. You hurt her mind badly, and now she's lost because of you. When Zach was better, he went to find the Aztracs. They weren't pale anymore, and both men were happy. Are you Dinser, leader of the Aztracs? Yes. Where's the eye? It's with me, but you can't have it. Why not? You're a Winsfeld, and you don't need it. Zach spotted their belongings. He scanned the Aztracs, and one had no power. The leader did because he had programmed himself with magic, but had his powers, and Sierra's, and Dinser was no match for him. He zapped Dinser. Give me the eye, Aztrac. Dinser tried to resist but couldn't. He began to grab the eye, and then Zach could hear a painful screeching coming from the pregnant woman. It was excruciating pain. Zach pulled the eye to him and flew off, right out of Fairy Island. Garrett, Junie, and Hannah showed up. Did he take the eye? Yes, I had no power to stop him. The Quadbreed tried to help me, but it was too late. We should have erased his memory. I knew he wouldn't stay put, Garrett yelled. This is horrible. He's going straight to his death, Junie cried. It will be okay, but we are going to need some help. We may need all of the wizards to fight him, and then I'm erasing him, no matter what Sierra says, said Garrett. Sire's not going to like this one bit, Dinser frowned. Zach had a plan. He knew how to summon Trimidoc, and he did just that. He flew to Josephera and picked up his army of feathers. Farisef came out with his army. Zach, don't do this, please. I'm not here to kill you. I'm just taking some feathers with me. Farisef threw fans at him, but the feathers protected him. Where are you going with the eye? Nowhere. Zach zapped Phariseth and he fell down. When he rose, Zach was long gone. Phariseth took all the remaining feathers and flew to Elkstaff to get the others. When he flew in, Trillium was very happy. "Jocelyn had a dream about you. Are you all right?" He kissed Trillium. "Zach has the eye. He zapped me and took half of my army. I would have followed him, but he brought Trimodoc forth. I need all of you. Trillium, you must go into the sea and find Zach's mother. We need her." "Do you know where he's going?" "No, I couldn't read him." "I know where he's going," said Caleb. "He's going to kill the Drakens. We must stop him, Father." "But Caleb, you hate the Drakens." "Yes, but he's your best friend, and he's going to bring the ghosties out." "The Aztracs won't kill any fairies. We need them to protect Zach." "Zach's not a fairy. They would kill him in an instant." "Yes, but they won't kill the real fairies." "Summon all of the wizards. We must follow him." "Listen, I'm not sure why they left me here. I'm supposed to be in charge. It must be the Oxlar." "The what?" Trillium asked. "There are other ghosties?" Caleb asked. "Yes, many more, and they don't like me. Jocelyn's on that ship. We must stop Zach from calling the Aztracs out. Jake, I need you the most." "Why?" "You can lift people, and I can't fly." "Spit on you! I don't like you at all. I will resist what you tell me to do, especially with the other wizards here. You don't understand. I'm here to help you. They will kill all of you, starting with Zach, and I must save Jocelyn." "You forgot about something, Zephyr," Trillium interrupted. "Forgot about what? Just listen to me." "You forgot about the scepter," Trillium answered. "Screw the damn scepter! We're all gonna die!" "I will do what you say," Jake answered. "Oh, my father can suspend people too, so whom are we taking with us?" Right then, Ezra flew in. "Zephyr!" he yelled, and the others backed away from him. Ezra was throwing multiple fans at Zephyr, but he was too far away to control. Zephyr curled up into a ball, and an amazing number of sharp air fans whizzed around him. The fans turned and came back to Ezra, who caught them all perfectly. Zephyr was too scared to move. Ezra quickly put them all back into his packs and drew 2 of his many spears. He twirled them both in the air at the same time and quickly dove at Zephyr from above. As Zephyr stood up, he placed both of his spears on Zephyr's shoulders. The sides of the spears touched both of Zephyr's ears. "Ha!" Ezra yelled. Then Ezra flew back out away from him. Ezra drew his sword, and when he came down to false kill the ogre again, Zephyr zapped him and spoke. "Stop!" He pushed with all of his powers, and Ezra stopped. Ezra was frozen. He still smiled. "We must stop your father. He's going to get everyone killed." "Yes, I know. I must fight against him, I'm afraid." "I own you now, Ezra." Everyone looked at Zephyr, frightened. They tried to push him off of the fairy tri-breed, but Elasius was very powerful. "It doesn't matter, Zephyr. Your craft was stolen by the Prince of HAVENBELL. He can erase minds too, and he has Jocelyn," Ezra laughed. "Damn it!" Zephyr screamed. He knew how much his nephew hated him. "I'm a Prince of HAVENBELL too. You might want to do what I say and let me go." Zephyr frowned and dropped Ezra. Ezra smiled and backed up. "What's our plan?" "A drake and feather? What are you doing here? Where's Zephyr?" Jocelyn asked then. He was extremely breathtaking to her. She had seen many feathers in Elkstaff. She liked them, but none were as handsome as the one before her. Zin sat silent and still for a moment, scanning her. "I wanted to kill Elasius. I gave him back to the wizards for a spanking." "Who are you? I've never seen you before." He didn't answer. She pressed in on him. He fought her and lost. "You're the Prince of HAVENBELL?" she snatched from his mind. "I'm impressed. Your mind is very strong. You must have his powers." "That Aztrac is going to be mad. He left Zephyr in charge." "I rule that earthworm, and he took the eye to Fairy Island. I am very angry." "Don't kill Zephyr. I remember when I was in the mountains and couldn't remember who he was anymore. Ezra came in saying he had lost his powers. How did he lose his powers? I don't remember. I erased him with the scepter. You can get that thing, can't you? Yes, but I can't go dicking around with my father's scepter either. I just want you to erase him for me, for all of us. I'm not bringing the scepter anywhere near that shithead. Yes, you will, Jocelyn pressed. She was a trained wizard after all, but she had Zephyr's powers too. You really like me, don't you, Jocelyn? Very much so. You even burn for me, don't you, Jocelyn? Very much so. What's your name? Zen. No, it's not. It's Spring. You hate it. I kind of like it, Jocelyn smiled. I'm married, but thank you. You feel very nice things, and it excites me. There are 2 other ways to erase someone. What are they? The young Pegahorn and being killed by an Oxlar. He gets her off that subject fast because she's spelling him, and she's strong. So he's like, oh, you like me. He totally distracts her. He's like, I know you want me. He wants her too, really bad. But that was like good ones. And he's like, distraction, because she was going to make him go get that. Because they already had a mind battle and Zen lost. And then she pulled out his real name and then was like, you're going to get the scepter, and changes the subject, and it stops her from controlling him.